Guys, welcome to
Acts have no effect on you? Who decided that?
morning. Guys, this had changed. Go from 100 to 2000. Now I'll be recording subsequent sessions. So today we're supposed to have 4 sessions. This is the first session. Welcome to the video. Now let me look for a good setup and then I'll come back to you. Now for this particular pair, this is Intel, right? Of this particular candle here, I'm waiting for a buy here. Why? Because that's a law. So I don't think it has respected that law, and until it respects the law, I'll not be able to come in. Now expect this candle to come up to touch that line, this line, right? I expect it to go up to touch the line, then I'll go in for a sell for $25. So that's just like my basic analysis. So if it doesn't go up until it touches the line, so I will not have to place that trade. So it's touched the line, alright, so no new law has been formed, except it closes above the line, then I can place it. Voila. So that's how simple the strategy is. Alright, so this is another trade I just got in fast. And think no, the other one is still going. Simply because I kind of saw it very late, right? Sorry about that. So if you see, this first candle did not touch, this next one crosses. The next one, so I'll still go in again. Oh shit. I think I was late on that one. See, both trades they were both wins, but I could have still gone in for another 1 minute there. So I'm still going to just observe this one, right, to see if it will go back up. So I can come in again. So I'm going to go in for like 30 seconds. So let's see. Alright, so I'm up by 47. And I'm expected to make at least 200 for the first session, right? Now talking about 200, let me show you the trading plan. Alright, here's the trading plan. So for the first session, because I'm taking from 1,000 to 2,000 in one day, for the first session I have to make $200, the next session I have to make 240, then 288, then 345. So that's easy peasy. So I'm supposed to be by at the end of the day by $2,073. Alright, so I'm going to look for another entry, and when I get it, I'll get back to you. Alright, I did see this one, but it didn't really respect the rule like I would have loved. So I had to unks it. So I have this next one, which is Solana OTC. And let me see. Yes, I feel like it did touch the line. So I have to go back to backtrack and see. So as you can see here, the strategy does apply. This candle didn't touch this line. This next candle closes above the line. This next candle touches the line and closes above the line. Sweet buy. So that's what I'll be buying. Alright, let me see if there's another example. If not, then now we have a very good example here. This candle does not touch this line. This candle closes above the line. But this next candle, it closes below the line. Sorry. This next candle, it closes below this line. That is at the bottom. So I don't go in for that one. And even if I got in, so I'm supposed to buy here. Alright, one mistake I did here was I didn't switch my time up to 1 minute. Sometimes it costs you, sometimes it don't. Sometimes it's an advantage, sometimes it's a disadvantage. So today I'm on the good side. Right, so that's the third win. That is the third win. Anyway, I'm going to post on Canva when I have something better. Alright guys, I think I made a very good one here. This does not touch this blue line. This next one closes above the line. This next one touches the line. I mean this candle. It touches this line, right? And then it closes above the line. Then you buy with this next green candle. That's how simple the strategy is. Yeah, but I missed that one, which is still cool. Alright guys, I have this one forming up here. So depending on where this candle closes, I will either buy or sell. Switch sell. Now, let me see if I can explain this. So usually what I do is first step, I need to go back and test to see if it respects my laws. Like here, I see it didn't respect the law. This candle didn't touch. This next candle closes above. Even though this candle didn't touch, but this next one did. So I'm supposed to start buying from here, here, here. So as you can notice, it took a very long time to respect it. So for this particular one, I might just go like one more and then I'm done. If this one doesn't work. Alright, so that's a win. It's a tricky one, but usually I don't like this kind of scenario. So anyway, thank God for the bread. Let's go for the next one. All right, so I have this good one forming up. All right, let's analyze it. So this first candle didn't touch. Sorry about that. This first candle didn't touch this line. This next candle closes above the line. Now I need this candle to touch this line and close above the line. Simple. So if it doesn't respect that, I'll skip it. So looking back, I see a very good example here. This first candle, sorry. This candle doesn't touch this line. This next one closes above the line. This next one touches the line and closes above the line. This is my first buy, the red candle. Then this is my next buy. That's why I get my first win, which is like first gill. So I don't think I'm going to play this one, simply because it respects all the laws, but this last one doesn't touch this line. So alright, so I have another good one for me here. But now I told you guys something about laws. This is a law here. And the law states that whenever a candle meets this line, this blue line, it should reverse. And it had not reversed. This is the first candle. Sorry. This is the first candle, it did not reverse. This is the second candle, it did not reverse. This is the third candle, it has reversed. So the law has been formed. Now, even though the law has been formed, right, this is another law. Do you understand? Which says that when it crosses the line, it should sell in that direction, which has been respected here. So this is a new law. So this green candle is a new law, and this is where. All right. So I go in for a buy. Now, why is buying? Let me see if I can continue explaining. So this is a new law because this first law has been respected by this candle, quite all right. This second law, we're assuming it has been respected here. Sometimes the second law will be respected here, but even so, this is still going to be a new law. So if this candle ends up being a sale, I'm going to assume it is respecting this particular law. But now take note, this particular candle here, right? It makes no law. So sometimes it's easier to assume that, okay, let's just say this one respected for the law that was formed, here, right? It has been respected here. So sometimes it's easy to assume that way. But sometimes it's not always that case. So all right, so one important thing I go back to look out for is if the laws are respected. So if you see here, this candle does not touch, this next one closes above, this next one touches, then we buy here. Sorry. All right, that's one good example. All right, so this is where now we get issues. This green candle doesn't touch, this next one closes below the line, this next one touches and closes below the line, but we actually get a buy in 1, 2, 3, 4, which is not a good sign. So luckily this was a good buy. If not, would have not gone any further than this. All right, so this is going to be a very valuable lesson. Now if you notice this candle, and I'd like to zoom in, this is what I'm saying. All right, so this particular candle is very tricky because if you look as of here, it looks like it closed below the line, but it also looks like it closed on the line. So what do you do with a candle like this? You leave it, simply because it's very indecisive, right? It's very indecisive. So if you go in, you don't know what you're waiting for. For example, if we were to assume this, it closed below the line, right, and this is the first candle, we have actually gotten a sell here, but this is a buy coming up already. So this buy is also respecting the fact that this could have been what? It closed below the line. Sorry, this buy is respecting the fact that it closed on the line, or yes, just say on the line. Why this particular candle here is respecting the fact that it closed below the line. So it's very indecisive. So sometimes just let it be. All right, so we have a good candle forming here. All right, I have a feeling that I should let this one be because of this candle. It's too close to this line, so it's very indecisive. So that is that. All right, so I'm seeing a question from one of my students here. What is your setup, sir? All right, since I'm doing a video, I don't just give out my setup, but I can give you the indicators I use. So for this green one that you see here, this green one, that is the Kelner channel. For the setup for the Kelner channel, I don't give that out because I have people that actually have to pay to learn all of these. All right, then for the stochastic oscillator, I use the stochastic oscillator. For this one, you again have to pay to get all the credentials. I also use this, that's a moving average, and this is a super trend. So basically that's just all of my indicators. All right guys, so we have a good one for me here, this candle. So we're waiting to see where this candle closes to then know what the next step to do. Also take note, as much as we are noticing this candle, we are waiting to see the formation of the next candle. It has to touch this line and it has to close down, and then after that we go in for 1 minute. So let's wait and see. Another thing is, if you look here, this candle did not touch this line nor these other candles. Why? Why is that advantageous? Because you can now see that all the laws have been respected, right? This is a law here, and that's how I start doing my analysis. That is a law here that says that when it reaches this line, like it reached here, it should reverse. And it took one candle, two candle, three candles. So that's a law that's been respected. So all these other candles that did not touch the line, right? They have not formed any law. So to me, they're just some random nobodies. So this candle, this one has respected the first thing I wanted for it to touch this line. Right now, I'm expecting it to close below the line. And if it doesn't do that, I cannot enter this trade. So from every indication, I feel like it is not going to do that. So we move on to the next one. All right, guys. So we have this one here. Now I'm supposed to go in here at 55, but that's fine. Now let me show you the setup. No law formed. All this candle did not touch this line, right? Then I come and see this candle, it closes below this line. Then this next candle touches this line as of this point. And then lucky for us, we come in when this candle, right, had already bought. So we have to go in for first gain rather, because this particular candle would have been my first entry. Alright, so I change my time immediately. Let's watch and see. And boom. I said the strategy works, guys. It just, from my videos, you will never fully get it because I don't completely teach everything on the video, right? Join my private sessions, you'll be able to make this money. Now, I keep saying I don't trade for people. I don't personally take funds from people and go and trade for them. If I'm to trade for somebody, the amount must be at least $1,000 above. Sometimes $10,000. Why? Because I like to manage my risks a lot. I don't trade small accounts. If you see me taking a challenge from 100 to 1,000, it's my personal challenge, right? Or I'm trying to help students with the aspect of refunding. I do not trade for people. Alright, guys, so we have another one forming here. So if you see these candles, they have not touched the line, right? And someone might ask me, why am I saying not the line? Which line is it? I mean this blue line here in the middle. Sorry, this line, right? Now, but if you notice, this green candle was formed and it closed above the line, and the law states that I will not reveal it completely. But I'm expecting a buy somewhere, and I'm getting the buy here to respect this green candle. But the bad thing here is, although we did have a sell here and it was respected here, so you have 1, 2, 3. So yeah, this candle has to end up buying. So I'm waiting for a buy anyway to respect this one, but I'm not to follow the buy. What I'm observing is to see if this buy is going to come up and touch that blue line, because this is the last law that has been formed. This was the first law. This red candle closing below, but it was respected up here. So as you can see, it's now very close to the line. Alright, so I cannot place this trade because if you notice, it has not touched the line, so that is an almost. Alright, guys, so we do have an amazing one here, but we came in late. So see where this candle closes. I want it to touch this line, right? Then closes above the line. So for the first one, it has touched the line. Now for where it closes the matter. Alright, guys, so this is a very good trade. So we go in immediately. Bam. So if you really want to learn this strategy, right, I'm going to leave my number at the end of the video. All you need to do is send me a message, and then I'll explain to you how we do it if you are in Africa, Cameroon, Nigeria, Dubai, wherever you are. Another thing is I do have multiple groups based on the country you are. I have students in Nigeria with a separate group. I have students in Uganda, I have students in Bahrain and Dubai and the US. I don't really have so many students in the US, so I'm trying to really improve on that. But I have students in other African countries as well. So for each country, I always like to create a group for them to know how I can relate with them. So that was a win. Let's move on to the next. Alright, guys, so this is another one for me. This candle did not touch. This next candle closed below. Although this one did not touch, but this candle has touched. Now let's wait to see where it will close. And we want it to close below this line. Ooh. Right, so because of where it closed, we cannot place that this particular trade. So yeah, that is that. Alright guys, this is a trade I'm going for a 15-minute buy. Ooh, break even. Now again, I'm still going to go in for a 1-minute buy, probably like 30 seconds. Now I'll tell you why. Now my observation from this candle, right, and this one, because this candle did not close, right, did not touch the line, and this candle closed above the line. Now this next candle touched, right, so I'm expecting a buy to come 1, 2, 0, 3, then I got the buy there. So that's how simple the strategy is. Boom. So I have just one trade left to reach my target, I think, and I'm kind of done. Now that last trade was, I needed to be very smart because sometimes you miss them. You do miss them. Alright, this is a very good trade coming up, but my issue is the percentage. But my issue is just the percentage, guys. Anyway, I'm going to let this one be just because of the percentage. Alright, so I have this one coming up, but you can just already see where the problem is. This candle has not touched this line, so it's an ounce. So here's another one. And especially like this kind of candles, because if you look this way, you can see that we have no loss formed anywhere. So there are no loss formed anyway. So I'm kind of cool with, but my issue is where this candle closes. So I don't think it's going to close where I want it to close. So I'm on seeing this. We'll just go past it. But let's just see it. Let's observe everything. Alright, okay, damn. So that was a close one, right? Very close one, but still. And just imagine I left it. Alright, so if you remember, I once said, I don't know if I've posted a video yet, but these are always kind of the best trades, right? Where you get this sell, right, and you get another buy, and the buy really closes. Even though this one is not 100%. Let me see why. Because if you look at it, it's kind of still close, like that's slightly close below the blue line. Well, for me it's still fine, but these are kind of always the best trades to go very high. Why? If it closes here as a red candle below the line, and then the next is a green candle that touches and really closes below this line, we're going for it. You can go in massive for the next one, or for the next two, you're definitely getting a buy there. Alright guys, so this is the end of the first session. I think I started at exactly 4, so it took me 40 minutes to make $200, guys. So this is the power of binary trade. Now I get it, some people say you're risking $55, you're risking this, bro. Sometimes you have to risk it for the biscuit. Watch my videos. You have to risk it for the biscuit. So I think this is one of the smoothest, most smooth rates. This is one of the best sessions I've had, and I just had like a single loss, I think, but that particular trade still won in the first game, so that is never considered as a loss. Apart from that, I'll be smashing the markets. To smithereens. Alright, thank you for watching the video. Wait for the next session, and the next session starts at exactly 7 o'clock. Thank you. See you in the next session. Ciao.
My liver, you know, go ever cut for your matter. I'm saying prayers up.